Hello, thank you so much for choosing me as your reader. I genuinely appreciate you. I am sending you a lot of love, light, and magic to your moments, so I hope that it's well received. I was tapping into the energy between you and your ex partner. So I feel like there is a past life connection, and that's why there is such strong energy. So, this is what my angels were telling me happened in the past life, and a lot of times women are more connected to this kind of intuitive energy, so it makes sense that we would feel it, and men are not necessarily as in tune as women. Not that that's a bad thing, but it takes them a little bit longer to like be aware of past life stuff. So the energy is coming through, and this makes sense to me why it was just so intense is that he was actually sent off to war when the two of you were together. So there was like a very abrupt disconnection. It wasn't something that you were expecting. So, like being torn apart, you have that longing in your heart. My angels are saying that he never returned from battle. It was something like literally ages and ages and ages ago, where the whole village needed to take up arms, all the men did, and they had to fight. And so they like recruited basically your husband and all the other like women's husbands in the community, and everybody left, but there were only a few people who returned, and your husband was not one of them. So this past life energy is now in this life energy, where you sense that soul connection. And because you didn't actually have it fully in the last one, you're like, oh my gosh, I want it fully in this one. But when it comes to these types of energies, everybody has free will. And like I said, not everybody is aware of past life connection. So if people's hearts are closed to it, they won't understand. They won't really understand that sensation and like that like connection that you almost, it might even be like out of character to be clingy for you, right? And so you're like, this is weird. This makes no sense. And if they're not receiving that information, if they're also not amplifying that energy or matching that frequency to you, it's only showing that their heart is closed to the previous life connection, and more than likely they're not going to manifest it in this lifetime. So I was asking, is he going to open up his heart for any type of reconnection toward you? And I believe the answer is no. Where he is at right now, he seems like he wants to keep his heart closed and he wants to keep everything separate. And I believe that this is what he does when he wants to protect himself. So in terms of like being ready to move forward and all that kind of energy, I would say he's just not there yet. He is looking for something. I don't even know if it's going to be long term with anybody else in his life within the next few years. To me, he doesn't seem like he's fully in a place of commitment. And I feel like this was just a lesson in receiving a past life connection and tuning into that intense energy within, and then saying, okay, this is something that is interesting to experience, and you can experience it with another person. So a lot of this reading, the energy coming through, is to unravel any cords of energy between the two of you. And I know that this might be painful, but also remember that the portal of your heart will always remain open. And it doesn't matter how far away he goes or how much time is in between the two of you actually connecting in real life. He knows he can return to you at any point in time. Because your heart is open, because you have so much love and you just want to give it, these are really high frequencies, and you cannot mess up what is meant for you. It is now on his end of things to let go of any fear, to move into commitment. And because he's not at that place, he's not going to manifest in your life to match that desire that you have. So essentially, the guides and angels are saying, go ahead and take a step back, unravel, and feel into how you want to attract another person. Please remember that you can't mess up what's meant for you. There is a man who is looking for all of your qualities, who is not going to get overwhelmed, who is going to be open to communicating, who is going to be willing to have these beautiful conversations with you, explore things with you, and move forward instead of shutting you out. I feel like there is a little bit of energy coming through from the past relationship that you had, but I'm not sensing that it's like so terrible that you don't want to move forward. In your soul's expression, like in what you want to experience in life, long-term romance, committed relationships, I see those happening for you. I really do, because you desire to experience them. So if you notice that things in the outer world, like men that are coming to you, if they're not lining up with what you want on the inside, feel confident in saying no. There are so many people on the planet. We cannot be a perfect match for everybody, and everybody cannot be a perfect match for us. So sometimes we do have to let go of people quickly, but that's never a problem. That only increases your ability to bring in another experience that is better matched for you and what you actually want on the planet. So yeah, I hope that this supports you as you unravel any cords and move forward with bringing in another loving energy. Blessings.